Hi, I'm Tom Kerr and this is Life Island. I'd like to run through with you what's in the Life Island kits and some ways that you might use it. First of all, we see that the Life Island maps are printed on canvas, and this is the A2 size. This is the A1 size. And this is the larger A0 size. Each kit comes in a postal tube and has two guidebooks, one for quick use when you're in a hurry and you've got to get some quick ideas about how to use it. This is the complete guidebook, and it has several more ways in which you might use it, but I'm sure you'll come up with your own ways to use it as well. As well as the guidebooks, we have a bag of tokens and dice. The dice are used for one of the games mentioned in the complete guide. Let me give an example of how you might use Life Island. This is just one way. You'll come up with your own ways as well, I'm sure. First of all, I might invite a person to look over the map, to look at all the various sites, and to be thinking about if anything prompts them about where life is at for them at the moment, how things are going for them. So if they look over the map and you give them time, and they might take one of the tokens and put it where they are. So someone might go, I feel like I'm here at the volcanoes. Now I can't assume I know what that means. I have to let them tell their story, because it could mean that they're angry about something, or it could mean they're overflowing with passion about something they're really excited about. So I need to let them tell their story. So I say, they put their token there and I say, tell me about that. What's that mean for you? How is it for you? And they tell their story and unpack it and process what's going on for them and reflect on that. And then I might say to them, is there somewhere you would rather be? They look around the map again and they can place their token on where else they might rather be. And they might say, I'd rather be at Launch Out Harbour. And I say, great. What would that be like for you? Why did you choose this site? What would that mean for you? And they unpack it and tell their story and reflect on where they'd like to be at. And then I would say to them, well, how are you going to go from here to there? What steps might you take? Let's come up with an action plan for you to get from where you're at to your preferred future, from where you're at to somewhere that you think you want to move to next. And we think through the different things that they might try to get there, and we help them come up with that action plan. And then they might be processing that, but I might also say to them about use some of the tools here. There are some tools around the edges for facilitators to use. For example, you might say to them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how angry are you? On the decision making, when they have an action plan, you might say, how will we anchor this down? How will we make sure that you follow through on that and commit to your action plan? Or you might say to them, what's coming up over the horizon? What do you want the sun to set on or the sun to rise on? And so the guidebooks will explain to you about the tools around the edge that can also help facilitators work with a group or with a person. There's even things like message in a bottle. When they've gone through the whole process, you might say, okay, if you were to write yourself a message in a bottle to remind yourself of what you want to achieve, where you want to go, what you want to try, what would your message be? As a way of summarising the conversation. So there's one example of how you might use Life Island. I hope you enjoy the process with the people you work with, and I hope you have fun coming up with some of your own ways to use Life Island. Thank you very much for your interest.